All rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Notations of the exits in the front and the side. Please put all electronic devices on vibrate. Kathy, can you call the roll?
Yes. Councilman Cypress?
Here.
Councilman Larka?
Here.
Councilman Lewis? Absent. Councilman Mazzata?
Here.
Supervisor Durante? Absent.
All right, so the first item on the work session is discussion assessor department update. Lori Bell. Hi, Lori.
Hello. How are you? Okay. So for those of you that don't know what goes on in my office, I'm going to try to give you the important stuff, and I'll apologize if it's a little too much details. So the job of the assessor in any town is to value all real property in the town at a uniform percent of market value. As you know, we're at 100%, and administer exemptions and maintain all the inventory throughout the town for all the parcels. We have been maintaining 100% of market value certified by New York State since the year 2000. So that's an annual thing that we do. We do have a contract with the state to do the annual assessments, and every 3 to 4 years I can apply to the state for what they call cyclical aid. And over the years, I have gotten the town a total of $119,867 in cyclical aid every, say, 4 years or so. We currently have 7,411 parcels. We are also responsible for, my office, the assessment of the village parcels. There's 473 in the village. We have a total of 611 commercial parcels and 1,500 individual condominiums. Because we have Homestead in Southeast, the condos are valued at full market value. If you talk to any other town that doesn't have Homestead, like town of Carmel or most towns in Westchester, their condos are not valued at full market value. They're valued as an income property, like an apartment building. Which doesn't make sense to me, but it's a legal thing. So we do value our condos at 100% of market, just like the rest of the properties in town. Equitable assessments ensure the fairest distribution of the tax burden, and we have the lowest tax rate in Putnam County, the town of Southeast, and we have for over a decade. Having adopted a homestead after the countywide reval, you know I will come to you and ask you once a year to adopt our adjusted base proportions. And what that is because we have a split tax rate, homestead and non-homestead. I have to do this really complicated report that I just finished that we'll vote on, you'll approve for me in 2 weeks, that basically says what percentage of our parcels are carrying what percentage of the tax burden. So for example, as a comparison, in 2010, our residential portion was 65 and the commercial was 34, I'm rounding. Currently, the most recent adjusted base proportions I did is our residential is down to 62 and our commercial is carrying 37%. So that's important, that's really important. So our residential taxpayers are absolutely benefiting from having the homestead, non-homestead in the town and the commercial parcels paying a larger percentage of the tax burden. My office is still missing, I'm sorry.
Can I just interrupt you on that one?
Sure, absolutely.
Is that another shift down from last year, the 62?
Yep. Yes, it is also, correct. I just thought I'd give you a broader.
No, yeah, it's fine. I remember I was confused last year and I just.
No, it is down from last year also. My office is still down a part-time data collector. I've been making do with various different softwares, which has really helped a lot. I still have to get in the car though and drive the town and see what's going on, especially in the spring when I'm checking on new construction, the subdivisions, the stuff that I have to put on for the new year. Excuse me. In addition to doing the assessments and the inventories, subdivisions and lot line adjustments, there are also 1,163 exemptions every year that I have to review and have processed by March 1st. 732 of them are enhanced STAR that is done by the state, but we still have to process them. And there's also, in case anybody's curious, 1,511 basic STAR recipients, and that's exemptions, not the STAR credit check. So anybody who bought a house after 2015, they get the credit check directly from the state, as opposed to somebody who's been in their house for 30 years, they get the exemption off the school bill. The dollar amount is real close to the same. It's just the state has decided they want to administer it differently. Makes them look better. We do weekly reviews of the deeds and any exemptions that might need to come off after a transfer. I'm also in charge of processing any approved IDA projects. IDA is Industrial Development Agency that's handled by the county. We used to have our own. We dissolved that years ago. So anytime a pilot is approved, everybody will remember the logistics center. That went on seemingly forever before we could iron those details out. They are the most recent pilot program. Pilots are usually for 10 years. Pilot stands for payment in lieu of taxes. So they don't get a tax bill. They get a letter from me basically calculating what their tax obligation is. And on the improvements, they get a reduction starting the first year with 50% off of the improvements, not the land. And that goes down every year, 5% until they're down to 0 and they're fully taxable. And that's a big deal. The pilots are a big deal to administer. I mentioned processing the approved subdivisions and lot line adjustments and any artificial splits. I'm in charge of assigning and verifying E911 addresses for properties, new parcels, altered parcels. Of course, we've got the daily calls, emails, inquiries, research requests. We assist other departments. We're handling the radius list requests for any zoning board applications. We have ongoing parcel photo updates, inventory updates in my state system and on the property record cards that we scan and are online, as well as open building permits and aerial reviews via the software Nearmap. That's been a godsend to me, that Nearmap.
I was going to ask you if that's better, the new area.
Oh, that's why I'm not out, I don't have to be out in the field as much.
Nice.
We captured so much inventory with Nearmap this year between decks, roofs, pools, additions. It's worth every penny. With one improvement going on the roll, it's paid for the subscription, the annual subscription. Probably the best purchase software I can think of. What else? Let's see. So we have some new vendors that are either coming on or modifying their software. So currently everybody's pretty familiar with ImageMate Online, which is my online software system that has the property record cards and photos and the inventory. That company has sold their data to a new company called Schneider Geospatial. They have a new product called Beacon. It's very similar to IMO. It's easy to use. You can see it all at once. I'm running it in a test mode now. We'll probably go live sometime in the fall or maybe January at the latest.
So will ImageMate sunset and we'll be...
It will eventually. So what I told them was I'd like to run them side by side for like 6 months just because people are familiar with IMO. But I can tell you, even like not being a huge software fan, the minute you look at the Beacon product, you're going to be like, never use IMO again. It's really great. Also, my state database, where I do all of my work, is working on going from a local-based individual location application to cloud-based. They're trying to get that up and running this fall, and they're looking for a county to use as a test county, and I thought Putnam County would be perfect. We're a small county, and I have Homestead, and they got nervous with the Homestead, so they're looking somewhere else to do test. But I think it will be better. I won't know until they institute it. And again, I want to run my in-house versus the web-based version side by side, at least for a couple of months, even if it means duplicative entries, until I'm comfortable that online is going to work. Okay, then we've got every year in May, the tentative assessment roll is published and the assessment notices go out to everybody. People have until the fourth Tuesday in May if they want to file a grievance. The Board of Assessment Review meets to individually make those determinations. Anybody that is not content with their determination, they can file a grievance or a commercial property to file a certiorari by the end of July. The final roll comes out July 1st to reflect any changes by the board. Small claims, certiorari filings, and court appearances and ongoing negotiations goes through my office on a regular basis, especially the small claims. There is court for those if they're not negotiated before the court hearings, and the commercial properties, I accompany the town attorney to those court hearings as well, and doing all the research for those decisions if we can negotiate. I mentioned the adjusted base proportions. We're getting ready to send our file to the county to produce the school bills, and we send our senior citizen renewals out at the end of August to coincide with the school bills, try to save the seniors a trip, come in, pay your bill, do that. A lot of them go away for the winter, then they don't have to worry about the bad weather. And then we'll send the file to the county mid-November for the town and county bills, and we mail the rest of the exemption renewals the end of December, and there are lots of them. And that's all that my office does. I am this year involved in the food truck event, which I'm very happy about, and I just wanted to throw that out there in the public so that everybody can come out on Saturday to the town park at Castle Park. 5 vendors, live band, 142 Pump House from 11 to 3 on Saturday. Come out, enjoy, it's a community event.
It's going to be a nice day.
Yeah, it's going to be nice weather. Any other questions before I go?
Lori, do
Yeah.
you know the mill rate change yet?
Hasn't been calculated yet.
Okay.
School tax rate won't be out until the end of August. Town and county rates won't be out until you guys pass the budget in November, and those rates are calculated at the end of December, like literally a week before Emery gets her bills. So no, I don't have those yet, but I absolutely expect it to go down just like it did last year.
Okay.
Scott, don't tell him I said that.
Tax rate, not tax bill.
Correct. Mill rate, tax rate, correct.
Thanks, Lori.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was fabulous, Lori.
Next up, tax
So
receiver.
I took a different approach.
Oh,
Here is the specific month by month, what the tax receiver's office does.
Thank you.
For your reading pleasure,
thank you.
instead of watching television tonight, you can bone up on that stuff. So I'll give you just a few overview. Of course, I'm the tax receiver and the parking administrator. That's another hat that I wear. Collect the town and county bills. That runs about 25 million. And the Brewster Schools, about 60.9 million. North Salem Schools, part of the North Salem school system, the parcels that are in the town of Southeast. And that's about 6.7. So over the year, it's almost $90 million. I'm responsible for my department is responsible for collecting that and proofing it out to the penny and reporting for it. That's my responsibility. I feel like my job is to accept these taxes helpfully and kindly. We have a lot of seniors, we have a lot of people who have a hard time, and my attitude at the window and the one that I require from the staff is be nice to everybody. It's hard. So that's how we do it. There's a lot of banking involved. School is a little bit complicated because I collect for North Salem and I collect for Brewster. There's a couple of different accounts that we use. I have to wire money to the school. It's very complicated, but we have everything in spreadsheets and we move the money and I know how to do it and it gets done. We accept the taxes online, in person, and in the mail, and everybody gets a receipt, obviously. When we do the school tax collection, we have last time we had 2,144 people coming to the counter, which is kind of amazing that many people come in, but they do. And we last time we had the school collection, we accepted $484,317 in cash.
Wow.
So when that comes in, everything stops. We have a procedure. We double count. There's 2 people on it. We bring it to the counter, and the people have to wait, and they get a special kind of receipt. So there's a lot involved with that, a lot of responsibility. I'm incredibly particular about who works in my office for that reason. There's a lot of cash in that room, and we need to be very careful. And I tell the girls, everything can be fixed, but cash is not so easy to fix. Don't let people leave unless you know exactly the exchange has been correct on both sides. So that's what we do. It takes a little bit longer, but it works.
Do we get many online payments or no? Do we get many online payments?
We do get many online payments. Let's see, last time for school, well, we got 545, which is less than I would wish. And 1502 in the mail. That was for school. And about 593. So I think during COVID, people who got used to doing it got very used to doing it, and they stuck with it. But seniors don't do it.
I still walk in and hand a check too.
Yeah,
so.
people like to hand you the check. They like to receive that receipt right in their hand. So,
3%, right? Don't they pay 3% to do it online?
Not
well,
Not
it
a check.
depends on the mode, whatever they use. So it could be $4
for an e-check. It's 2.5% if you want to use a credit card at the window.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're not using a credit card, it's not that expensive. It's very expensive to pay a tax bill with a credit card. But, and of course, partial payments cost extra money, and I tell people that too, you know, if you don't have to do that, because sometimes businesses will just do that. I'm like, do you realize you're paying 4% to do that? You know, and they're paying a $25,000 bill. You know they have the money, so I don't encourage that, but people do how they do. They run their money how they run their money. So, so all of this requires, we keep Excel spreadsheets in all the collections, and so, but we also have this Edmunds GovTech, which is fantastic. So, you know, we can compare the Excel to this, so we can always proof out exactly what's happened. If there's a mistake, that's how we find it. You know, there's a discrepancy. Lots of reporting. I report to the county when the collections are over. You know, September and January are madness, and so that's when I get some people to come in. This year, I'll give you the update of what we have going on this year. Well, right now, just to say, it's mid-June. Mid-June was the deadline for parking. So we're doing a little bit, you know, I do the parking permits. I sell the parking permits. I maintain the wait list for that. We don't really have a wait list now. Ever since COVID, we sell to, if somebody calls, we sell it to them right away. So we're under that. 43 people out of 170 still haven't renewed, so I have to assume they're on vacation or they don't do full weeks. So many people just keep that permit to come to the parking lot for convenience, 2 or 3 days a week, 1 day a week. They just don't want to let it go. So for September, I have Mary Smith, who's fantastic. I have her for 950 hours per year. So I have to use those hours very, very wisely, and she's a great asset. I begged Susan Tobacco to come back for a couple of days, and Maureen Callan, who used to work for us, is doing a couple of days. So it's, and Meg Shack also is going to do the window. So the ladies come in for all of September, usually every single day, and January. It's madness. We need the hands. But it's a hard thing to get a regular person. I'm very lucky with Mary. She's not going anywhere. She's a hustler, and I will have her for the $950, but it's not a job that really is that attractive. We don't have a lot to offer. We don't have anything to promise, so I keep dragging old people into the scenario, but so far so good. It's
Former
working.
employees, no.
Huh? Yeah.
Former.
Former employees.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with their age.
We have a couple of tax payments trickling in at this time. We only have, I'm only accepting second half of partials. We only have 20 parcels that haven't paid their second half, so it's a very small percentage. I'm going to turn over my books the first week in August for the final report to the county with the final monies, and then there's a little bit of money that the town retains for bank interest and penalties. There's some penalties that we get to keep. I cut that check, I give it to Nick. It's probably going to be in the neighborhood of $23,000 this year, give or take. And water bills are going out in a couple of weeks. We'll be working on that. And I don't know. Do you have any questions? There's a lot involved, but it's all on there.
No questions.
A lot of banking, a lot of proofing, a lot of reporting.
A lot of cash.
A lot of cash. And I have to answer audits too. Once a year I get an audit request from North Salem's auditor, and then the guy who does our audit reaches out to me for some stuff. So there's always something going on.
Well, thanks for the update. A lot more than I thought it was, so
Thank you.
appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. I make a motion to go into the regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The first resolution is for Pizza and Pasta Incorporated, liquor license waiver of notice. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Southeast hereby waives any and all rights it may have to substantive and procedural compliance with section 64 of the alcoholic beverage control law regarding notice to the municipality in connection with the application of Pizza and Pasta 22 Incorporated in connection with the proposed on-premise beer, cider, and wine license by the New York State Liquor Authority, and be it further resolved that town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to forward a certified copy of this resolution to the New York State Liquor Authority, 80 South Swan Street, Suite 900, Albany, New York, 12210-8002, and to the attorney for Pizza and Pasta 22 Incorporated, forthwith. So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Second resolution is a special permit request for DeBonis Brewster LLC. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Southeast hereby makes the following findings of fact in connection with the instant application. Number one, the proposed use is in such location and size and character that it will be in harmony with the appropriate and orderly development of the surrounding district and will not be detrimental to the immediate site or adjacent properties, provided appropriate conditions and restrictions are made a part of the grant of a special permit. And number two, the location, size of the proposed use, the nature of intensity of operations involved in or conducted in connection therewith, its site layout, its relation to access streets will be such that both pedestrian and vehicular traffic to and from the use and the assembly of the persons in connection therewith will not be hazardous. And number three, the exterior appearance of the proposed building will not hinder or discourage the development and use of adjacent land and buildings, provided all reviews of approvals of the Southeast Planning and Architectural Review Board are incorporated in any final approval of the project. And number four, the proposed use will not require such additional public facilities or services or create fiscal burdens upon the town greater than those which characterize uses permitted as of right. And be it further resolved that based upon the foregoing findings, the town board of the town of Southeast hereby grants a special permit to DeBonis Brewster LLC to permit the addition of a fast food eating establishment use on the subject premises in accordance with the statement of use prepared and submitted to the planning board in connection with the project development plan. And be it further resolved that such fast food eating establishment special use permit shall be extended only to such uses and developments as do not violate the general and special conditions except as previously varied for the special use permits contained in Article X of Chapter 138 of the Code of the Town of Southeast. And be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to forward a certified copy of this resolution to the applicant, the Secretary of Planning Board, and the building inspector forthwith. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Third resolution, NYSEG Dingle Ridge Substation 17 Branch Road Performance Bond. Now therefore be it resolved that the bond for the project set forth below shall be released. Project name, NYSEG Dingle Ridge Substation Erosion Sediment Control, bond amount $15,700, new amount 0. And be it further resolved that the town clerk be and hereby is duly authorized to cancel and return the erosion sediment control bond heretofore established in connection with this project. And be it further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution shall be transmitted by the town clerk to the planning board secretary and building inspector forthwith. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Any recognition of public comment?
Evening all, Scott Seaman at Town of Southeast. Right now I'm here from the Brewster Board of Education. Just to give updates on what's going on. The track project is well underway. We're hoping to still have that completed by the end of the month if everything goes together as it looks like it is. And then the projects will continue over at CV Star on the cafetorium, and eventually the sports shed will get broken ground over at the high school in the old football field. So that should well be into progress by the time school starts. The biggest item coming up, of course, With the last budget bill, the state has banned smartphone use in schools from bell to bell. So we have passed a policy. It's on the website. We've had a couple of reviews and public comment sections, and then we'll be rolling out probably at the end of this month or next month information out to the community. The highs and lows, it will be from bell to bell, so completely during the day. At this time, it looks like it will be handled by storing it in backpacks or lockers. And then, of course, it'll be referred to the code of conduct at the respective school for any violations. And we'll just have to go and we'll all learn as it goes along. We have gotten some preliminary information on the IDA project at the Popcorn Center. They're looking to come back. They're going to spin off a piece of it, so I'm understanding, but if you watch the last IDA meeting in June, it explains what they're looking for, but they'll be coming to the school, the county, and I guess they'll be coming to you as well for breaking it up in pieces. I don't have the exacts, but there will be some piece on that will be coming.
I think they're gonna break the buildings, separate the buildings.
Right, and I'm not sure if they're selling off a piece or they're just renaming them, but
Okay.
that will be going ahead. Our thanks to the Highway Department on all the work being done on the streets. We're very appreciative it's done in the off hours, and it does seem to be going in a timely manner. And of course, our thanks to them. Fireworks went well. Our thanks to the fireworks community. And
Thanks.
however, it seemed like it went well. Short of the the traffic, but that's just people. I think that's a majority. I'm sure there's some stuff I'm forgetting, but as always, we thank you for your efforts, and if there's anything we do, please let us know.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other comment from the public? No? Any town board comments?
I don't.
I have nothing. Actually, I have one thing, not that anyone really watches this, but we are still working on getting information for the Route 121 and Route 6 intersection. So I foiled some stuff. There may be some opportunity for us to try and push the state to put a light there, but we're waiting for responses to foils. So, okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to conclude the meeting?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thanks for coming. All right, I'll make a motion to reopen the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so recognition of the public. Any new business or public comment? Yeah, yep.
No problem.
Good evening. My name is Robert Giandolo, and I live at 272 Brewster Hill Road, kind of like intersection of Minor Road and Lake Tenetta. So I am newly retired and trying to hang on to my longevity, but at the speed everyone's traveling on that road there, it's not too safe now. So I know around that turn is a 20-mile-an-hour sign. Everybody's going 40 plus, and being home more often now, I see a lot near misses, people coming out of Minor Road and even coming out of my driveway. It's really not safe, and I'm just throwing it out there and see how we can possibly do a speed study or, think of a way to slow the traffic down.
Is the recommended, is it a yellow 20-mile-an-hour sign or white?
There's the yellow sign there that says 20 miles an hour around that turn, and nobody does that. And it's
Is that road 30 or 35, do you know?
regular speed is 30, and
Okay.
around that turn there is 20, and everyone's going 40 plus. And I've had some pretty near misses, and newly retired, going to hang on to my longevity, I hope. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'll do my best to answer, and maybe you guys have some thoughts too. This is it's a major problem throughout town. I think it's just, my opinion, I think cars are just built better, and 50 seems like 30 now. I don't know.
No,
People are in a rush. Almost every road, the road I live on, has the same issue. We've reached out to the sheriff. We have very limited levers for us to pull at the town board. Like, we can petition the state to do traffic studies if there's like an ability for a stop sign or something, but we've tried to put in a stop sign like on Allview, and the traffic doesn't warrant it, so they tell us no. Mike Burdick, which is the highway superintendent, if you want to send us an an email, we could forward it to him, or you could send an email, he could take a look. I imagine it'll probably get worse as they pave,
They're
right?
paving it now, so that's one of the reasons I'm
Yeah.
here. But I don't know if you're familiar with Yorktown, if you're heading on 35 going into Yorktown, there's kind of a shortcut before the Four Corners. And they put in these speed bumps, but not like the ones you see in the parking lot. They're twice as low and about 6 times as long. So
Okay.
you can hit it at 20 miles an hour.
Oh,
Be
the
fine.
speed humps are,
And,
yeah. Humps, yeah.
is that what they call them? Okay, thank you very much. So, you know.
That would really be under Mike's purview. So if you want to reach out and recommend that, I will say we're getting asked for speed bumps everywhere, but maybe that's a good spot for it, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll,
but
In general, if you read guidance from New York State, they're not a fan of speed bumps. It obviously increases road maintenance issues, and then there's also a belief that you slow down for the speed bump, and then you drive away even faster. You know, so it creates some different problems. So their general guidance is they should be extremely limited. But yeah, everybody asks for them thinking it's going to solve the problem, and usually we're not allowed to. So.
And then the other thing that we've done in the past is, you know, reach out to the sheriff's department and see if they'll do, you know, a sting there, you know, a detail, I think they call it, or something there. But yeah, start with Mike.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's not much we could do, and it seems to
Okay.
be just about everywhere, so.
I had to come someplace to get the wheels turning, no pun
Yeah.
intended.
So you can email the town board at southeast-ny.gov. Kathy could give you something, and then we'll forward it to Mike, or she can give you Mike's direct email.
Okay, that'd be great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for reopening the meeting.
No, our pleasure. Any other public comment, new business? Anyone want to talk? No? Okay. I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.